Hey guys, and welcome to another episode of Wolfpack Plays. Oww Owwww! Today we're going to be going over a crucial role in the game of Paragon, the jungler. This video will take you through the early game, mid game, and late game phases and tasks of a jungler in order to make you the best jungler in Agora.
Early game.
The first step of jungling is choosing who to jungle. There are lots of heroes that can excel at the role. My personal favorite is Chimera, but others like Crunch and Kalari also work well. After you have your jungler selected, you then have to make sure that your first items will help you survive in the jungle. The addition of scythes and siphons give you some more options to choose from, but when Chimera, I always go with my standard strike token, health pot, and mana pot. Depending on your champion selection, you may want to go with a siphon or scythe. The first thing I do when I'm jungling is gank level 1. Typically, you can wait for the opposing mid laner to overstep on their first wave, leading to an easy gank. You can also try and gank the opposing team's safe lane level 1, as they have further to run. After you gank, or not gank if the opportunity does not arise, start hitting minion camps. Minion camps in Monolith have a huge update. They're stronger than legacy camps, especially Green Buff and Raptors. Until you have a solid hang of your jungling hero, stick to clearing the small minion camps before moving to the buffs. A solid rotation for early game jungling is to clear the safe side camps, get the green buff, clear weak side camps, and then gank the opposing team's safe laners. If you cannot gank or don't have enough health to gank, then go back to buy more items. I usually start off building low card power items first to get the fully upgraded bonus of my starting cards. I'll replace them late game with better cards with similar and more powerful effects. If you want to go back to base, then go back to your weak side and clear the two basic camps, then you can start counter jungling. Hit the other team's Amber Link first, then clear their green buff, and clear what you can after that. Don't get caught.
Mid-game.
Mid-game can be defined as when heroes start to hit level 5 and get their ultimates, or after the first tower is taken by either team. The jungler at this point has to perform their role based on map awareness. Map awareness is the ability of a player to keep an eye on their minimap and analyze trends based on enemy movements in order to know where to go and when to gank. Mid-game, you'll want to keep your jungle farm up, but also be ganking frequently and covering lanes for your teammates that are either dead or going to base. Once you get your farm fed with a couple of ganks, start working on pushing lanes. You'll want to push lanes not occupied by your other teammates, letting your team distract the enemy with their numbers while you farm and push right to their back door. If an enemy notices you, roll to the lane with your team to get the enemy's attention. Push, then roll to another lane to keep the split going. Keep an eye out for out-of-place enemies that you can jump on and kill easily. Communicate with your team in order to keep your lanes pushed and take that enemy's second set of towers. If you see a teammate in trouble, gank for them. If you see an enemy split pushing, jump them and stop them. Let your teammates focus on keeping enemy attention and pushing as a team, while you keep clean the outsides and take out enemies.
Late game.
Late game starts when the enemy is down to their inhibitors. This can be the easiest or hardest part of a game. Plenty of players get to this stage and then throw the game because of bad pushing or poor team communication. In order to succeed in the late game as a jungler, you must make sure that the lanes stay pushed while backing up your team in team fights. Unless you're a tanky jungler like Sevrog or Rampage, for example, do not initiate team fights unless you can easily 2v1 enemies. Let your tank initiate or your team initiate together, then come in from behind or the side to flank the enemy squishies. Keep your team committed. Once your team sees the enemies under an inhibitor, they will likely break up or split up to do other lamer things. Keep pushing and ping to attack together. Teams win when they can all push under an inhib together and take it out. Do not be afraid to die for objectives in late game. I know this can be scary, but it's a necessary risk. If you die, you give up some amber and XP to the other team, but if you take an objective, your team advances that much further to victory and has a significantly higher chance of winning, especially for an inhibitor. Ping for allies to keep minions pushed, so when your team is all attacking together, your enemy isn't paying attention to minions, taking their objectives. Winions win games. Don't forget, if your team needs a quick boost to push through to victory, attack Orb Prime. It will make sure to give you a huge buff that boosts both your power and your minions' power to push for victory. Work together with your team, gank well, and push well. Communication is key to victory. If you do these things, you'll be sure to enhance your jungle game in Agora. Well, that's it for this episode of Wolfpack Plays. If you found this video helpful, leave a like. If you have any questions, feel free to comment down below. You can also join the Wolfpack by subscribing. This way you'll get updates and top 5s on all things Paragon. We do a Wolfpack Top 5 Plays of the Week too. Send clips of your great plays to shawn.offwhite at icloud.com, and there's a link in the description below. Maybe you'll see your great play in the Wolfpack Top 5. That's all for this video, and I'll see you guys in the next episode of Wolfpack Plays. Oww, owwww!